Hello everyone, I'm OzzyJtv and we are back with some more Strange Horticulture and with a new addition to the family here. And no, I'm not talking about the cat. I've just purchased a new microphone which you might be able to hear from the clarity of my voice. I promise this is the last time I mention it if you watch all my other videos because I have mentioned it in the previous two. But I'm recording them all on the same day, so I'm still very excited with this new piece of equipment. But anyway, on to the game itself. I think we're entering the final stages of the game now. I don't think we've got too much longer to go. We've been hearing more and more about the fearsome servant, potentially this creature that is worshipped by the cult of the Dendru. We've had many of the sisterhood be killed, and we're just trying to find out what's going to happen next. And basically we sort of left off the end of last episode with unlocking this box, which is basically telling us about the 5 different plants we're going to need in order to bring the... well, we assume this stranger creature into the ground and defeat him for the final time. For now, we haven't got much more to do apart from wait until we get that, so let's end the day and see what happens on Friday. So, we're getting to the end of this, the end of these cards. I do enjoy them though, it's quite fun to do these little puzzles every single day. But anyway, behind the woman, a dark, skeletal figure began to rise, and a low, primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long. And so this servant takes the first victim. Actually quite haunting when you think about it. Imagine just being a poor shepherd, minding your own business, dealing with your sheep, and then suddenly running for your life. And then we've got this. Decay gives way to new growth, from death, life. And then upside down, if I can read it, the cycle starts again west of White Scar by the river. So, I mean, I guess let's go west of White Scar by the river. Now, if I remember, White Scar is here, the cave. So, by the river would be this spot here. And there we go. A sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze. A reminder. From the chest of the skeleton, a plant grows. Can't be a very nice plant if it's doing that. But let's move it. I did rearrange all of this stuff once again. So, the game does, in its infinite wisdom, try and make me constantly do some rearranging. But for now, let's pet Hellebore, as we must always do, and invite the postman to give us the latest letter. I've lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen the people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood, or what's left of them, and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast. Well, look no further, that is us, with these 5 items that we need to get. Anyway, our good friend Amos is going to come in clutch once more. Who's speaking to a woman in Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Apparently there's a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was. Somewhere to the east was all she would say when I pressed her. And there's no secrets here, so we want somewhere to the east of Arnside, which is a bit vague, but let's just find Arnside and then we can maybe have a look to the east afterwards. So, anyone spot Arnside, the inevitable part of this game where I am the slowest person to find something on the map. But here it is. So, somewhere to the east of Arnside. Well, we know we just found something here, so I guess we're just going to go one... I mean, if he's talking about a cave, let's just double check. A cave. So I'm assuming we're actually talking about White Scar Cave. So let's just go directly there. A thin crack runs down the rock face, widening as it nears the ground. Just wide enough for a man to slip through. But there's a problem. A large boulder blocks the entrance, too heavy to move. So what's going to be interesting here, if I remember rightly about Farmer's Warrior, it gives us like super strength. But it also can slowly kill us. So I don't know if we have to brew our own antidote for this. I guess it's safe to consume in small quantities, so we should be fine. And it is the red spongy mushroom, which is over here. So let's use that. And what do we get? I'm surprised how easily I am able to roll away the boulder with the help of the Farmer's Worry. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I discover several clusters of fungi growing there, reaching out desperately to the thin strip of light provided by the crack. And we've got 2 more red-looking mushrooms. I wonder if this is true in like the real world as well. I always think of mushrooms either being brown or red on top, but we're getting a lot of red mushrooms, so maybe that's a bit more common than I think. And then let's stick this in the archive and move on to our, hopefully, first paying customer. I say paying, but I'm not sure if we actually get any money from all this. We must do, but it seems to be much more of a barter system of giving different plants in return for other plants. Anyway, for now, she wants to know about a sour brandy which can help with memory recovery. The name of this plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. So I think we've gone this far through the game with me saying, I'm sure it's called stamen or stamer or something like that, and not having any real confirmation, but I think we've got it here, and I'm sure this will be the sour brandy. the large stamen, and acerbic odour. So acerbic, if you don't know, I believe is basically means sour. So let's label this actually first, the sour brandy. And yes, I will rearrange all of my herbs in between episodes. But for now, that's good. It's coming back. It happened in a dream. The woman in the jade mask was screaming at me to get out. Oh, so maybe the jade mask woman is actually trying to help people, trying to scream her to get out, away from the danger. But I don't know. This is maybe just be my conscience talking. Instead, I went deeper. I entered the mind of the creature. It was like slipping into a dark pool, icy cold, with who knows what terrors lurking beneath the surface. I felt powerful. Then suddenly something happened. She tore me out and my mind went dark. I have not been myself lately. I wonder, is she the servant? Like, is it almost like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or werewolf under the full moon style thing? Who knows? I guess we'll find out at some point. But for now, Eldon Gregory beckons and needs obviously someone to save his wife, or potentially she's going to die anyway. A plant-based elixir. I understand the risk, but any price worth paying means she doesn't have to die. So, he's asking for the elixir of the damned. Do I have a way to say no? I'm sorry, but... I mean, this doesn't sound very good. Like, if we looked at this before, those who have drunk it appear vacant and lost, alive but not really with us. And it looks like we have to give it to him, so there's no skipping. So I guess we're gonna do it and not feel very good about ourselves. So Arbutum alacritas, Maculosus retinentia, and Mens Fortis. Now, Mens Fortis we've definitely seen before. The other two I don't recognise. So let's go through our book and see if we can find them. Oh, there you go, sorry. Arbutum alacritas, so that's the Caballia, which we definitely have and have used in the past. Let's put that in the top spot. Then we've got Maculosus retentia and Mens Fortis. So let's go through the book. I'm sure Mens Fortis. Okay, Mens Fortis is Dranthium, so this is the thing that the green-eyed people take. And then we've got Maculosus retinentia, which is a great name, I must say. I think maculosus makes me think of eyes. Like, I think it's called like macula. I don't know if I'm just making this up, and someone who knows about eyes is sure to correct me. Oh, here we go. The henchuck. Does it say anything about eyes? No, it's all about memory. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it is ready to harvest. Interesting. Blue-green. Let's just double check we haven't already had this, because I feel like I don't recognise the name henchuck. GH. It should be over here if we have it, and I don't think we have. Okay, so it's got to be one of these. But none of these immediately look to me like something like this. Unless it's this. Could it be this? A blue-green... I mean, this isn't blue-green. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, it could be this, actually. So this is a bluey sort of green. So maybe we'll try this. Let's just see. The fruit of the henchuck. And we know this has fruit, as it says here. The orange fruits have no noticeable odour. So I'm pretty sure this is that. So we'll just put a marker on it and say henchuck for now. And let's see if we can create this elixir of the damned. I wonder if you can pick up these more like ASMR-y sounding noises now. Hope it's not too annoying. But there we go. We've got our elixir. I feel like we should just make one copy, because the thing is, this just stays in our inventory for the rest of the game, but someone could steal this, and I don't really want them giving it to people that, you know, without any proper medical care. Not that I'm actually a practiced medical doctor or anything like that. I'm just a horticulturalist at the end of the day. But that's done, and we can then put this into the archive. So we're slowly getting through things. Pet hellebore and move on. Althea O'Shea, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. What a delightful shop you have. I want some liverstone. Right, I'm sure we can give you some liverstone. I feel like we're getting to the end of the game, so we probably have most of the herbs with us. Okay, strong paralyzing agent, a mushroom with pointed caps. So that could be this one, which gives off some light, or it could be this one, which looks like it has more pointed caps. And look, you can see these little like dots on it, which I assume are the red markings. So let's give her this. Oh, I was so sure. Maybe it's this one then. Yeah, my fingertips feel slightly numbed. I should have checked. Obviously because of the sort of paralyzing agents of it. So let's give her some liverstone. Some of these things, I look at them and I'm like, why do you want this? Should I be giving this to you without any sort of prior permission? Like, why do you want what appears to be some sort of paralytic agent or a paralyzing agent? I just don't know. And here is the lady in the grey mask. Now, we know a bit more about it now, but about her. We're not sure if she's good, we're not sure if she's bad. We helped her in the past, and based on what she's saying here, maybe she has been trying to protect protect everyone from the stranger rather than sick him on everyone. So, never meant to turn on my sisters. So I think this must be the person that's talked about at the end of every day. She maybe summoned it, but then now she's trying to stop it? I don't know. So we can either give her Widow's Woe or Dead Man's Fingers. I'm sure this makes a very important difference to the story, or at least that's my guess. So let's have a look what it says. Dead Man's Fingers strengthens the resolve and sharpens the mind. Okay, and what does Widow's Woe do? Widow's Woe induces fear. So I don't know if we actually have the Widow's Woe, so we might as well find it or try and find it. So basically it's some weird frilly, it could be this one to be honest. Dainty dark flowers. So that flowers are very delicate. I'm pretty sure that is Widow's Woe. So I mean, I guess we can't fully confirm it, so I'll put it in red, but I will give her actually the Dead Man's Fingers. But even though it has a worse name, well, I guess actually both names are pretty bad. I feel like this should hopefully help her concentrate and help her keep the servant under control. Oh, and then we've got the Carnivorous Torrent. I mean, I don't even need to look much further. I'm just going to put this in already. But surely the Carnivorous... Was it the Carnivorous Torrent? I can't see it there. I think I have to go back and forth. There you go. It must be this big, hulking, great green thing. Revealed in a cross-section of the totem stem, reveals pentagonal symmetry. It's got to be this, right? I mean, we can't see any pentagonal. Slowly eaten alive. I mean, that's enough for me. I'm going to mark this already as the Carnivorous Torrent. And then we will move on. And we have Hollis Gibb today. Come on, Hollis. As we talk over the last few nights down the Royal Oak of a servant creature going around slaughtering people. Well, I'm surprised you're actually going out and seeing the world when everyone seems to know about this. So now he won't leave this home. Probably not a bad idea at the moment. I've decided to bring nature to me in the meantime. The glow of a few pixie lamps. So glowhorn is almost certainly this green mushroom here, just based on the name. But let's have a quick look. Yep. I'm not even going to read it much further. It's saying glowing, and it's saying not greenhorn, glowhorn, mushroom. So let's give him that. I'll be happy with that. And you know, it's all been going very successful, and that is the end of the day. I feel like we didn't accomplish that much today, but maybe we should start thinking about these things. The corpse's friend. So the only thing I'm thinking about that when it says the corpse's friend is, didn't we just pick up a plant from the body of a creature? Well, a creature from the body of a human, and it was it this one? I think it was this one. I can't remember. Maybe I'll just mark it in red and just say corpse's friend, like we did yesterday, or not yet. Maybe not yesterday with the swift snare potentially being the ankle grabber. The fearbringer, we actually know that's Widow's Woe, so we've got it marked in red anyway. Fourth to lift a curse, I don't know, and a petal to secure Black Blood's Reverse. So Black Blood's Reverse, that is this will be the cure that we gave to the person that was... Let's have a look. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to dangerous miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black. So Elderfinium must actually be this bottom one. And then to lift a curse, we might as well have a quick look and let's just see, because I'm sure we've seen something that lifts a curse before. So let's see if we can find it. Hang on, we'll try and slip through fairly quickly. I'm sure that means I'll go too fast and then miss it, but this is the price you pay for trying to keep a game running, keep everything moving. I thought I saw something about a curse fairly early on, but I know last time I said something like that, it took us ages to find. So, I wonder if we've got something in here near. Nope. Grant courage, agonizing death, Dranthium, lift a curse. Not seeing anything here. Evulum, rejuvenate 8 bros, Eyebright, we know. Some of these we definitely know. Gandhi root, gilded dendra. Which one? I'm sure someone asked us to lift a curse before, but I cannot remember which one it would have been. High-pitched shrieks. No, that doesn't sound very nice. Live long and blessed lives. I mean, we'd like that, but I don't think this is what we're looking for now. Pain relief. Interesting properties. This is to locate someone. Ornamental plant. This is the stinging barbs. This is what I always think of as hurting little kids. Oh, no. This isn't the one that hurts little kids. This is the one to stop the cultists by poisoning them, I guess, supposedly. And as I said, I knew this would happen. I'd have to go all the way to the end to actually find it. Okay, long veracund. So that was the big purple one from what I remember. I'm already at the end. So big purple one, there you go. So let's mark that in red. And I think we maybe have those 5. I'm not sure, we can't use it in the alchemist table yet, or at least maybe at all. I don't know, we might have to later on. And let's read the next bit. She finally had the power she had craved all these years. A servant to do as she willed, but that power came at a cost. The servant was awoken, and it would not be contained. It was the Dendru, the dread. It was death. Very ominous indeed. I think we're definitely understanding that this is definitely the Jade Stranger now. And let's see, to the east of the castle, across the river, and through the mountain path. It grows at the edge of the woods. So, is there only one castle in this? I thought there was more than one. So, there's Egremont Castle, there's Gleaston Castle. Is that all the castles? Muncaster Castle. There's quite a few castles. So, but we want to go east, across a river, and through a mountain pass. So, I mean, there's no river before the mountains at Egremont Castle. At Muncaster, there's across a river. There's across 2 rivers and then a mountain pass. Gleaston, I mean, that is a big river and there's no mountain on the other side. Let's see if there's any other castles we need to look at. Kentmere, Sadgill, Sizerg. Okay, so here we go. Across the river, through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the woods. So, it would be this one. And there you go. The trees sway effortlessly in the cool breeze. The low hum of crickets chirping rides the wind. A sense of calm washes over me and I'm rewarded with a new find. There we go. That, actually, I don't want to just say it straight away, but immediately I'm like, we had this thing called Swift Snare. I'm just going to have a look in the book about what Swift Snare was. Because, I mean, that just looks like a snare to me. So it's worth double checking. Swift Snare. Could that be Swift Snare? Does that have like heart-shaped? Yeah, that's got to be Swift Snare. So I don't think it is the one that we actually labelled before. I think this is Swift Snare, question mark. Oh, one sec. Swift Snare, question mark. And then this one we can just remove for now. But at least it does mean we have our 5. And let's move on. What does Arona have to say now? It is time. The servant is on the move again. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all our sakes that you've been able to track down all the plants we need. So I think we have. I guess the argument is, do we want to try and research these other ones? I mean, maybe that's something you do for 100% completion, but that's not for me for now. Let's go. I assume to Swinside, right? Let's go to Swinside. Okay, obviously it wasn't Swinside. Well, Verona's back. Is she going to say, why didn't you come the first time? Yes, I get it. Meet me at the ritual site. Am I forgetting something? I mean, Black Comb was where someone died. Let's double check this page. The Woken Dendru. Site of ritual appointment was created near Black Comb to the south of the Watcher. Let's read that again, sorry. The south of the Watcher, the Great Oak, and the Dendru was ousted from the world. So let's go in here. This is Black Comb. The only thing it says south of the Great Oak. So if I'm reading that right, sorry, south of the Watcher, the Great Oak, and the Dendru. Many hundreds of years ago, a site of ritual importance was created near Black Comb to the south of the Watcher. I'm not even sure what the Watcher is. But it does say the Great Oak. South of the Watcher. Oh, the Watcher is the Great Oak? So let's go here. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the centre of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. This is what it all comes down to, everyone. Have we gathered what we think is the right answer? So first is the corpse's friend. And to be honest, this is the one I was the most unsure about. I feel like we can't rush this, and I'm not going to go back through my recordings in the middle of the episode. So is something going to say in here that it's to do with being a friend of a corpse? And we think it's this one. We should probably go through the book and quickly see if we can see anything, especially about corpses and love of corpses and anything to do with that. So I'll double check this. Dead man's fingers. It can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth, but it's not the corpse's friend. But it does say a reminder. So the dead man's fingers could be a reminder of the corpse. But let's just pause that for a second. We're probably only going to have one chance of this, so fingers crossed we don't screw it up. Then if we keep going... Oh, this plant is known colloquially as a corpse's friend. If ingested as a seed, it will cause a slow, agonising death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased. It has a light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Boiling the root in vinegar creates a tonic against fevers and poisons. So what does this say? Soft aroma that reminds me of a pine forest. So this must be, I guess I'll put it in in yellow now, but this is the Devil's Nightcap, and we know that. So this can go in, I mean, it says first. I assume this would be the first slot and we'd go clockwise from there. So then we've got the ankle grabber, or the binder, which I know is called the, what was it called? The swift snare, which is, I'm loving the music. So this has got to be the swift snare. Once instead it's possible to extricate, it has small heart-shaped leaves, and those to me look like small heart-shaped leaves. And you can see it's almost trying to get out of the pot itself. So let's call this swift snare. I'm just relabeling them, I mean, we probably don't need to, but why not? Then we've got the fear bringer, which I believe we said was Widow's Woe. Let's just double check that. Widow's, I didn't expect to have to do this so soon afterwards, otherwise I would have all done it at the end. Said to induce fear, partly due to its unpleasant scent. Let's just double check. Oh, the petals fall easily. Dainty dark flowers grow out from a bed of long, thin leaves. Dainty dark flowers. Dark red flowers. Oh, now I'm second guessing myself. I mean, to me, that looks a bit more curvy. Though actually, maybe we're looking at this. Somewhat damp smell, unpleasant scent. This one doesn't say anything about scent. So I'm actually second guessing myself and thinking we're probably, looking at all of these, actually talking about this one. So let's call this one Widow's Woe. I hope this doesn't bite me in the arse and I actually just second guess myself. Because it says dark flowers, right? These aren't really dark. These are dark. Damp smell, dark red flowers. Unpleasant scent, dainty dark flowers. Bed of long, thin leaves. Oh, if this makes or breaks the run, I will not be happy. Fourth, to lift a curse. So we just went through all of that to say, Long Veracund, you were the lifting the curse, so let's just make sure. And then it'll be Elder Finium to finish. Sometimes called Witch's Remedy, the Long Veracund is believed to lift curses. And then Elder Finium was the Black Blood's reverse. It was the antidote for Gilded Dendra. Well done. I will take it from here. I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine, muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality, it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Not to break character here, but what are you doing for 10 minutes? Are you just there with Beta Beth going, oh, I wonder what she's doing, I wonder what she's doing? Like, you know, I assume we don't have mobile phones in this day and age, but you'd thought maybe brought a book or something like that? Nothing's happening. What do you mean nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. I did think I'd got the wrong plants then, but maybe we're fine. A loud noise behind us makes us all jump. Turning round, I see something that makes my blood run cold. The woman in the jade mask is walking calmly and slowly towards us from the other side of the clearing. Behind her, standing tall and terrifying, is the black silhouette of the servant. Oh my goodness! I did not think he was that big. I thought he was like maybe 8 foot tall. Maybe 8 foot tall? This looks like 20 feet tall or higher. Probably 20, 30 feet tall. What was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. Do not be afraid. I'm here to surrender willingly. The servant cannot be allowed to... Ah! The creature lunges forward and brings a huge arm scything towards her. Her scream pierces the cold air and she drops to her knees, clutching her head. But the blow seems to glance off to one side as it comes hurtling down and the beast's claw ends up embedded in the dirt instead of the woman's back. I can't hold it back much longer. You need this. She throws a small vial of red liquid which Reuben deftly catches and holds up to the light. Blood. Quickly, I know what to do. Verona grabs the vial and fumbles to get the stopper out as she turns back to the shrine. The servant has its huge arm free again and is slowly advancing with strange jerking movements. Verona pours the blood into a small cavity in the shrine and everything seems to happen at once. A pillar of bright white light launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, drowning out the screams of the woman in the jade mask who is clutching her head and writhing in agony on the ground. There is an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. A patch of charred ground smoulders where it stood just moments ago. My head is spinning at what has just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the servant? Fingers crossed. With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I've been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. We were fortunate that Thea was able to stay in control of the beast for as long as she did. Who can say what would have happened if she was unable to prevent it causing the destruction it craved? Undermere has never felt so jubilant, so full of life. All the nervous tension that had built up evaporated in an instant, and the people have ploughed their energies into celebration and merriment. They do not know the whole truth, of course, that Thea, the woman in the jade mask, was the one who summoned the servant. I promised Reuben that I would leave it to him to unravel that mess. She is his daughter, after all. Plot twist! And as for myself, well, I'm back in the calm of Strange Horticulture, of course, with Hellebore for company. It's quieter around here, but I'm content, and there are always more plants to learn about and discover. So I think that is the end of the game. The Sleeping Dendru, it is done. The servant can go back to being a dark story for dusty shelves. I mean, it's nice how it shows where everyone is. So Bethany Coleman died, but everyone else is alive. I know, you know, Ennis Aylford is in hiding. He was the cult leader that we didn't really talk about. And Forrest Fair got wounded, but everyone else seems okay. And obviously Thea Ward, who's the investigator's daughter, was the one from the... Interesting. So that was ending 2 for Elder Finium. So I wonder, I'd be interested to know what the other endings are actually like. I might have to do some research. But for now, I must say, thank you very much, Bad Viking, for what was a great game. I hope everyone who's been following along with the series has enjoyed it very much. And please, you know, give a like, comment about what you thought about the ending. Maybe if you've had a different ending, tell us. Maybe don't tell us what that's about because I don't want any spoilers, but feel free to message me about them or anything like that. And yeah, give a subscribe to the channel. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm not sure exactly what we'll be replacing it with. Potentially some of the new Crusader Kings too. I know it's a very different style of game, but we'll see. And with that, I'm OzzyJtv signing off.